Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Virginia, and today I am diving into my first spring video of the new year. To start off, I'm going to be trying to pretend that it's not cold and kind of snowy outside. We'll pretend we're already in spring, and I'm going to make this Farm Fresh Flowers stake sign that will look great in your garden and yard this year. I know that they came out with these signs last year, but they were up in my Dollar Tree, so I can't tell if they're also part of the new spring collection or if maybe my Dollar Tree was just putting out some old signs and items that they didn't sell last year. But either way, I picked up this Don't Stop Believing sign. It was very cute, but I did want to give it a makeover. I really like these round signs from the Dollar Tree. Last year, I believe, was the first year that I have ever seen them. I really like the shape, and I think they'll look great in my yard. I actually did film this on a rare day when it wasn't rainy outside. We have just been getting so much rain lately. But I took the color Moss by Waverly chalk paint and I painted the entire sign. I really love Waverly paint. It's a little bit more expensive, but I only had to do 2 coats of this and it was completely opaque. I really only did the second coat because I wanted it a darker green. Then I took one of my chip brushes that I have from Apple Barrel and some white paint, and I distressed this a bunch. I really wanted to go for that weathered look, and the star of the video are these rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree. I saw these in my Crafters Square section, and I was obsessed with them. They look just like, if not better, than something that you can cut out on your Cricut, but instead of having to weed a bunch, it's going to be so much easier just to rub on this transfer onto our different projects today. So if you see this at your Dollar Tree, definitely pick it up. These are by far the best rub-on transfers that I have seen a Dollar Tree come out with. I am also using these 2 objects, a spade and a rake that I got off of this larger Stayin' Alive Dollar Tree sign. It came with these 2 hanging and then some flowers in the flower pot. So even though I'm not going to be hanging up that sign, it is great to deconstruct and use on different DIYs like this one. So I have not used rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree in a while, and I kind of forgot that they're not so much rub-on transfers, but scratch-on. When I rubbed, it didn't really do anything. Maybe it would on paper, but I really had to take my nail and scratch on this, and I did kind of mess up the S a little bit, so I just went in with a Sharpie to fix that. But then once I kind of learned from my mistake, the rest of the DIYs, the rub-on transfers went on very smoothly. So just make sure if you're going to be using the rub-on transfer on a sign like this to kind of scratch it a little bit. I also did spray this with an outdoor sealant. If you're going to be using it outside, I would recommend that, but keep in mind these are just Dollar Tree signs, so I'm not expecting it to last for years and years, but hopefully a couple of seasons. If you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. I make DIYs and home decor videos with a big focus on using Dollar Tree items. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please like this video and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on a future video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram where you can stay up to date with all of the crafts and projects I'm creating. Now let's get back to the spring DIYs. Yes, the rub-on transfers are the big star of the video, but if they are the star, then the supporting star has got to be the wood cutouts the Dollar Tree recently came out with. They have flower pots, they have watering cans, they have fences and flowers. They are so cute, and I was determined to use them in lots of different DIYs for today's video. If you have been watching my videos for a while, then you will know I love using the glass iced coffees from Dollar Tree in my projects. They are not only delicious, but they make amazing DIYs. I took one of my iced coffee bottles and cut off the plastic outside, and then I painted it with some white chalk paint and also distressed it with a dark brown color that I love. It is called Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel. On that rub-on transfer sheet that I showed you all earlier, I really liked this image of the 2 greenery picks and then the 2 flowers in the center. So they are going to be the main piece that goes on this DIY. I went ahead and scratched on that etching, and then I really wanted to use the watering can. So I did paint that in a gray color, and then the spout and the handle I painted in a little bit more of a metallic silver. To make this more of a farmhouse DIY, I grabbed my trusty jute, one of my favorite craft supplies, and wrapped that a bunch around the top of the bottle before hot gluing it off. I wanted the watering can to be above the flowers and look like it was actually watering them, so I just positioned that center and a little bit above, and then grabbed my trusty hot glue gun and placed it down. I recently picked this up, not sponsored at all, from Amazon. I'll have it linked down below, and it is a cordless glue gun, and it's amazing. I never had a cordless glue gun before, so if you're a crafter, I'll have it linked below because I think it works so great. The finishing touch, I added a small jute bow to the top of our bottle, and then I filled it with these gorgeous flower picks. They are lavender and some really nice greenery, of course, from the Dollar Tree. I have had this chalkboard easel in my Dollar Tree craft stash for quite a while and never really knew what to DIY with it. But when I saw the wood cutout of the flowers and the fence, I thought it was the perfect time to bring out that little easel and make a craft with it. So as you can see, it's actually a blackboard easel, but the rub-on transfer is black, so we will be changing that. To kind of keep it cohesive with the color scheme of the first DIY, I'm taking that same green color. It is Moss by Waverly Chalk Paint, and I am covering all of the natural wood areas of this easel. Then, like I said, the rub-on transfer is black, so to make it actually show up, we're going to be turning the chalkboard more into a whiteboard. But of course, this is going to be a farmhouse video and a farmhouse DIY, so the white is going to be distressed a ton by some brown paint. I chose to use that same brown that I love. I use it for all my distressing. It's called Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel, and I'm also using a chip brush by Apple Barrel. A chip brush is just really dense and almost rough, so it creates that really distressed look that I love using in farmhouse DIYs. These are the before mentioned wood cutouts. I had a lot of fun when I was watching the TV show, just painting these wood cutouts, doing tulips and the daisies and of course the fence. And I thought the You Are a Wildflower rub-on transfer worked perfectly with them. I know these aren't necessarily wildflowers, but we'll just pretend. It went with the whole DIY. So we're just gonna pretend they're wildflowers and not really nice garden flowers. Again, it wasn't so much a rub-on transfer as it was a scratch-on transfer. I think if you don't have nails, you could probably take a penny, almost like you're doing a scratch-off ticket, and then be able to scratch it on. I am curious, you'll have to let me know in the comments down below, if I were to put this on paper and not necessarily a craft DIY surface, would you be able to rub on these transfers? I'm kind of new to the rub-on transfers by Dollar Tree, so let me know in the comments down below. Keeping with our spring and floral theme, I couldn't make a spring DIY video without using one of the little garden pots by Dollar Tree. I love all of the florals that Dollar Tree comes out with, especially for spring. I think they really knock it out of the park, and with their prices, even though it went up 25 cents, they still beat out Target and Hobby Lobby and even Michael's with their florals. I love how they come out with for spring, so to kind of show them off, I'm doing a more basic DIY. I took one of their clay pots and took the color White by Waverly Chalk Paint and covered the pot. I'm going to be using 3 of the rub-on transfers. The watering can will be our center image, and then I'm also going to be using the rake and the spade on either side of our watering can before filling up our flower pot with the actual flowers. Let me know down below in the comments if your Dollar Tree has come out with their spring items yet. I have seen all over Instagram, so many people's Dollar Trees are getting in the new organization bins and all the new fun spring items. I haven't had too many. I think a lot of the stuff in my Dollar Tree is leftover from last year. Really, the only new things that I've seen are the rub-on transfers and the wood cutouts. Even the flowers that my Dollar Tree has put out, I think are left over from last year. So let me know down below, do you have new spring stuff in your Dollar Tree? I'm really hoping that once Valentine's Day is over, all the new items are in my local Dollar Trees. I placed down some floral foam in my clay pot just so that I could put down the floral picks and they would stay in place. And then to finish off my flower pot, I grabbed some Spanish moss. I have a love-hate relationship with Spanish moss. I think it is so gorgeous in Easter and spring DIYs, but it's so messy and I hate that it gets everywhere, but it really does elevate the DIY. So I did place this down around the flowers inside of that flower pot. By this point, I had used up all of my rub-on transfers in that Dollar Tree sheet, except for this one, which said wash and dry and was a little laundry service transfer. And I looked in my Dollar Tree craft stash and I had this wood piece and it was marketed as a bread pan because I even turned it over and was like, is this supposed to be a serving board? But to me, I just thought it would be really cute to place this transfer on. It almost kind of looked like an ironing board to me, but I thought it would just be really cute decor in my laundry room. So first I took the color Elephant by Waverly. This is one of my favorite colors. I always use it when I'm doing anything gray, and I covered the entire board. And then I wanted to distress it a ton because again, my rub-on transfer is black, so it wouldn't have shown up probably on the dark gray. So I added a bunch of white Waverly chalk paint on top so that when I do end up rubbing on the transfer, you'll actually be able to see it. I placed my transfer down and again did more of a scratching method. And then once I peeled that away, I wanted to add a bow at the top. I did an Expo. Both of these ribbons are from the Dollar Tree. Actually, the first one is called Farmhouse ribbon, and then the second one is a lace ribbon. And really easy, I just cut these out into 4 pieces and then crisscrossed them on the top of my little sign. And to kind of tie everything in, usually I'll cinch my Expos at the center, but for this one I just decided to make a smaller bow out of raffia and just hot glue that to the center of the bow. I'm very excited to place this in my laundry room. I think it'll bring in a really cute farmhouse touch. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, keep searching, keep creating.